Hello, my name is Emily and I am a recruitment officer for Coventry University, but based up at our Starbuck campus in North Yorkshire. So work quite closely with a lot of the schools across the Humber region. What I'm going to do today is talk you through Clearing 2020. Give you a bit of an update in terms of what's happening, try and relieve some of those worries and those fears about clearing, as well as give you an update in terms of what's happening with Clearing Plus this year. So as I said, sort of go over some sort of what actually is clearing, go over some myths, and also give you some advice about sort of tips and research tips as well. So in terms of actually what clearing is, it's a chance for you to be able to gain a place at university if some of the other avenues that you've maybe gone down haven't been successful, or if actually you've changed your mind and actually you now want to go to university. We know that obviously it's a very strange time of year with everything that's going on, and some of you might actually decide that now is the time for you to go to university. And please be assured that thousands of students gain a place through clearing every single year, and this year we are sure will be absolutely no different. So please never ever think of clearing as a rubbish choice, or that it's only for students that didn't get a place. Lots and lots of people go through clearing every single year, so please don't see it as a negative at all. In terms of sort of the three possible scenarios, it could be that you've not applied to university as of yet at all, and if you apply after the 6th of July, you would fall straight into that clearing pot. If you're a student that has applied to university, but you've changed your mind, or you've not had any offers come back from university, then you can also go through clearing. If you have applied to university already and you've changed your mind, what you will need to do is self-release. So you can do this on your track, on your UCAS track, and it's really important that you are really sure that you want to self-release before you actually go down that route, because once you have self-released, you will go into clearing, and it's unlikely that you'd be able to go back to that university and get your place back. Another scenario is that on results day you don't meet the offer of your firm or your insurance choice, then you would automatically fall into clearing as well. So a bit of a timeline for you. So clearing officially opens on the 6th of July. So if you are one of those students that's currently thinking, I don't quite know if I want to go to university or not in September, but you are thinking that it could be an option for you, in all honesty, I would wait until the 6th of July to apply. It just makes that process much, much easier for you in terms of just being able to go straight into that clearing process. So results day is the same this year, the 13th of August. We've tried to keep everything as the same as possible. So for those of you that are waiting for your results, it will still be on that same day. And that is when adjustment opens as well. And I'll talk a little bit more about adjustment as we go through. The 31st of August is a key deadline to know. It's just that you've got to have met all of your conditions by that point. So it could be that some of you are maybe waiting on a DBS check or a medical, things like that. You've got those few more days to be able to get all of those conditions met. And then September the 21st is the final date for 2020 applications. So your results day outcomes, so for quite a lot of you, it will be a case of waiting for results day on the 13th. So if you've met all of your conditions of your firm or your insurance choice, then your place will be confirmed. And when you log on to track on that morning, track will say, congratulations, you are going to whichever university it might be. Now, I said I'd mention adjustment, and this is a case of if you have done better than what you thought you might have done, and you have met or exceeded the conditions of your firm choice, you've got the option to be able to look at other universities that you might want to go to that's got higher entry requirements than what your firm choice had. Now, adjustment isn't used that often because obviously a lot of the time, by the time you've invested in a university and decided to make them your firm choice, you almost already start to feel like part of the student population. So it doesn't get used that often, but it's good to know that it is an option that's there. And then again, if you log on to track and you see that you haven't been accepted to your firm or your insurance choice, you'll see that you've already been put into clearing, and you'll have a clearing number on the screen. And then you can start the ball rolling with the clearing process. In terms of how you apply through clearing, in a sense, it is still in a similar way. We still want you to do the research in terms of what universities you want to go to, where you want to study, and all of those things that are already so important. Those things are still important through clearing, and you do have the time to be able to do that research. If you think you might end up in clearing, start to do that research now. And as I said, from the 6th of July, clearing officially does open. So you can start to use the UCAS website, use different university websites, and start to see what options are available from those universities in clearing. And then you would need to contact the university directly about their clearing options, and they'll have a conversation with you about in terms of sort of your entry requirements, your experience, that sort of thing. So when you do ring, do be prepared for the conversation. So if you've already got your results, so if you're maybe a BTEC student that might already have those results to hand, or if you've taken a gap year this year and you've already got those from last year, have those ready, because we will want to know what those results are at the end of the phone. Do have a bit of an idea about why you want to do the course. It could be that we put you through to someone who teaches on that course that can have a bit of a chat with you, a bit of an interview. So do have that information there of, why would you want to come and study with us? If you meet the conditions of that offer, you will be made a verbal offer. Now, when we say a verbal offer, it means that it gives us that bit of room to make sure that actually your entry requirements that you tell us over the phone are correct. So, just because we've said yes, there is still things like checking your qualifications that we would need to do. But once you've got a verbal offer from the university, you can then add that to your UCAS track yourself, and then that would be the university that you would be going to through clearing. Now, for those of you who are maybe thinking about going to university, there is Clearing Plus. And what this will be for you guys is when you log in to track, so if you logged in from sort of the 6th of July and you were already in clearing, it would give you what we're classing as a personalised service. So it would look at sort of information about you, what courses that you've maybe been interested in, what you've told UCAS about yourself. And that would be able to give you a list of courses that UCAS think would be suitable for yourself. And what you can then do is express an expression of interest to that university, and they can get then in touch with you directly, or of course you obviously can pick up the phone and speak to us as well. But it's a tool there to help you with that research process, and hopefully give you some options in there that UCAS think are really tailored to what you're looking for. So I said I would talk a bit about sort of myth busting, and these are the most common ones that we get. So we have one here that's I've met the requirements of my firm or insurance choice, but I can still go through clearing to find an alternative choice. So that is incorrect. If you have met the conditions of your firm choice, then you're in. You can go to that firm choice. If you haven't met those conditions of your firm choice, but you have met the conditions of your insurance choice, then you'd automatically fall to that insurance choice. Now, there's a little bit of a caveat with this, of if you've decided that you don't want to go to your firm or your insurance choice anymore, then yes, absolutely, you can use clearing to find an alternative choice, but you would have to self-release from your firm and your insurance choice to be able to be entered into clearing. So again, just bear that in mind. You can't go back once you've self-released. That you don't need to contact your school or college to check your exam results. They will show up in track. So again, this is incorrect. So we know that this year results day could be a little bit different. But for those of you who log on to track in the morning, if it says congratulations, you are going to this university, then fantastic. It means that you have met the conditions of the offer that they have set you. But that doesn't mean that that you'll be able to find your results through UCAS track. If you want to obviously know what your results are, you will need to go to the school or college, or obviously whatever alternative method is being put in place this year to get your results. My screen's moved on automatically for me there. So the next one is you can't apply for a different subject in clearing to the one you originally applied for. Again, that's incorrect. You can apply for whatever course you would like, as long as, again, you meet the conditions. So if it was something like nursing, a lot of universities will ask that you've done a science or the health and social care BTEC, things like that, and you will still need to meet those conditions as part of clearing. So there is the option to change, but again, it can make it a little bit more complicated. When in clearing, you only get one offer from universities. So again, this is a little bit of an interesting one. So what you can do when you're doing that research process, when you're ringing all of the different universities up, you can ring as many as you like. You can get offers from as many universities as you want, and then you can make an informed decision about where you want to go and what you want to study. When it comes to putting that into UCAS track, that's where you can only put in one decision. So when it comes to that point, really make sure that you've thought about it, that you've taken the time, and then put that into UCAS track. This is the last one. Of all the unpopular courses are in clearing. And you can see where we're going with this myth busting here. Again, that is completely incorrect. Many students will find their dream course in clearing. You often do find courses like nursing courses like that are available through clearing. So it is all courses potentially could be available through clearing. It's how long they're available does depend on the university. So this is where it's really important to really start doing that research piece. And use the time that you've got at the moment to really sort of get your head around, actually, where do I want to go? What do I want to study? What are the entry requirements? What's the process? So in terms of sort of research tools, obviously the fact that you're watching this webinar is a great start, but there is lots and lots of opportunities out there in terms of being able to do the research. And we know that we can't physically visit universities at the moment, but we are all doing as much as we possibly can to give you the best experience in terms of helping you with that research. So there will be open events going on, there will be subject-specific webinars, there is live chat. So do have a look around the university websites that you're looking at, and just see what they have on offer to be able to help you make that decision. There is a really handy guide on the UCAS website as well that does talk you through clearing from a step-by-step process from the UCAS point of view as well. So that is really handy to have a look at. When you are going on to those university sites, do sort of use the course finder, find out actually what courses are available, what the entry requirements are, and as we said, do that research into actually, if I ring up this university, do I know that I have the entry requirements that I can get on to the course? So in terms of my top tips, so be available on results day itself. So a lot of the time people are often on holiday in the summer. I'm doubting that that's going to be the case this year, but just make sure that you sort of leave that day clear so that you've got the time to be able to ring those universities and to do that research. To find out the results from your school or college. So again, if you do log into track and it does say congratulations, great, but do make sure you go and find out what your results actually are as well. Please do not panic. What happens on results day itself is that you can start making phone calls really early in the morning. A lot of universities will be open from 7, 8 a.m. In the morning, but you've got until at least 3 o'clock in the afternoon before you can actually add that decision. So UCAS already give you that time to be able to do the research and to not panic about what decision you want to make. We want to make sure that you want to come to us and that you're not making a panicked decision. So do really spend that time on results day. Do get advice from your school and college, and of course come and get advice from us as well. So on the day we will be available and to speak to, and I'm sure your school or college will make sure that staff are available for you as well. So do use these people, because obviously we've done this year in, year out. So do get as much advice as you possibly can. Do be prepared for almost a mini phone interview, especially for those courses that, such as things like nursing, that could be quite competitive, or that would potentially ask for an interview down the line as well. Then it's helping sort of you make a decision by having those interviews on the phone. And that's as much of a chance for you to ask us questions as a university as it is for us to ask questions to you about why you want to study the course. And then finally, don't feel like you have to accept your first offer that is made to you. Do spend the time, have a cup of tea, have a biscuit, you know, go for a walk, whatever it is that you need to do. Really make sure that you're making this decision with a clear head, and that you're not just rushing into it because the first university you called has given you an offer. And that is it from me. So hopefully that has just been a whistle-stop tour of clearing, and again, hopefully just to try to ease some of those worries and those concerns. As I said, lots of universities are doing live chat. We have student ambassadors available, but also use resources like the student room. There's some fantastic discussions that go on there, and they're there and they are there to help you. So do make use of those resources as well. But if you do have any questions, feel free to get in touch, and I'm more than happy to help with anything that I can. And obviously, good luck on results day, and hopefully we'll see some of you at university in September. Okay, thank you.